First Peter 5 says the devil is seeking who he may devour. Join Don Allen as he looks to make you undevourable.
Thank you for giving me 7 minutes of your day to help make you undevourable. I'm your host, Don Allen. Well, I'm kind of on a roll here, and so if you missed the past 2 episodes, I want you to go back. I want you to find those over at Two Guys and a Bible YouTube channel. You know, we take the radio shows and we put them on there, and you can find those there along with a bunch of other great teaching that's going to help you. And we also put these on the Two Guys and a Bible Facebook page along with the 1412 Radio Network page. So we're teaching a series here called Understanding the Healing Power of God. God began to open my eyes to something very amazing about divine healing, and it's something that I think is going to help you as well. Most of you know that we have, when it comes to divine healing and miracles, we've really pushed the faith side of this issue really hard, and rightfully so. We know Jesus talked about faith many times, really most of the time, when speaking to or about somebody in conjunction with divine healing. The last time that we were together, we discovered an amazing truth from the Word of God about a team that no sickness or disease has ever been able to defeat. This team has never been overcome, ever. There is not a sickness or a disease that could ever beat this team. One member of that team is faith, and as I mentioned, we push that side really hard, and Jesus talked about faith often. We saw in Luke 5, we know 4 men went, they carried their paralyzed friend for who knows how far, just to get him to a meeting where Jesus was preaching. These men knew that what their friend needed was in that room. But as they tried to enter, they were denied because there wasn't any room. The place was packed out. Now we know eventually they come up with a plan and they go up there, they tear the roof off, and we read that famous line, and when he saw their faith, and we have really pounded that team member of faith. It says it right there that when he saw their faith, and that man, well, he eventually walked out. And God began to draw my attention to this other member of the team, because what we have created is this whole idea that faith alone can get people free. And yet God took me to the beginning of the story where he introduced us to this other team member. And it says in Luke 5 and verse 17, the power of the Lord was present to heal them. This is the second team member. Your faith and his power knows no defeat. But the Lord also directed my attention to the first law of healing power, and it's this. This is what we have to understand, is that just because the power is present, it does not guarantee that you will just automatically be healed. Look at it now. This story indicates that the power of the Lord was present to heal all of them before him ever came into the room, and we know that in the end, these men there that day, they saw that miracle. It says they began to glorify God and said, we have seen some strange things today. So they weren't doubting that Jesus was a healer, not at all. They didn't get upset that he was going to heal this man. They were mad because he said he could forgive sins, but because of a lack of an understanding about healing power, nobody else was recorded to have been healed that day in that room, even though the power was present. And even after they saw this paralyzed man walk out, these men didn't know what to do with the power once it was revealed to have been there. So we said, what we're going to do is use electricity in comparison to healing power. Just because I need my light bulb on, and just because electricity is available, well, it doesn't guarantee that my light will just automatically come on. And even if I see all these other lights on, it still doesn't make my light come on. There are some other things that have to take place for me to get this bulb lit up. So he took me to another famous story. We know this one over in Mark 5. We see this woman with an issue of blood. And again, we love to really talk about that one team member, faith. We know this woman came in, and based off of what she heard, we know faith comes by hearing. And she said, if I can touch his clothes, I shall be healed. Well, she comes in, she finds a crowd of people thronging the master. The Bible indicates that everybody was pulling on him and touching him, but she finally gets in there, and sure enough, she grabs the hem of that garment, and she felt in herself that she was whole of that plague. And in the end, we find a famous line, daughter, thy faith has made thee whole. There it is again, Lord, faith. Well, he directed me back up a few verses earlier, and he asked me, what else was present? Virtue. Jesus felt in himself that virtue or a power had gone out of him. So there we were again. Her faith in his power, and she was immediately healed of a 12-year sickness. But we also noticed something else. Once again, even though virtue was present, the power was present, only one woman walked away healed out of a mass of people. These that were with Jesus, they, just like all those in that room, they also did not have an understanding about the healing power of God, what makes it available, or what to do with it once it was available. I would have thought that at least one other person would try to grab the hem of the garment again just to see what might happen. But no, they did not understand the power, and because of their lack of understanding, nobody else benefited from it. So again, just because the power is present, it does not automatically guarantee that you're just going to be healed. Because again, when we want the light bulb to come on, we have a need for electricity, right? We have a need for that. But once again, the need does not make electricity appear in a way that it will simply turn on the light for you. There's some other steps that have to be taken. So it is with your healing. We have to get past that idea, well, you know what? God knows I need healed, and I know He has the power, so why am I not just healed? Well, that's like saying the electric company knows I need electricity, so why don't I just have it? There are laws that must be followed in order to get your faith and His power together. In the same way that we know to get electricity to my light bulb, there's some other things that have to take place in the middle. The need does not necessitate the miracle, no more than the need for electricity just makes it show up. There are laws that got to be followed in order for those two things to get together. And that's exactly what we're going to be looking at in these upcoming broadcasts. So stick with us as we learn the laws that are going to make your light come into contact with His power. And that's going to push out all the darkness of sicknesses and diseases in your life. And the discovery of that truth is going to make you undevourable. God bless you. Join me right back here next time.
Thanks for listening. If you would like more information and resources on how to be undevourable, we invite you to check out our website. Go to www.TwoGuysAndABible.com. That's TWO GuysAndABible.com. You can also contact Don Allen directly for prayer. His email is don@TwoGuysAndABible.com. Telephone is 573-216-1871. That's 573-216-1871.